All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is the first live stream of this show since October of 2022, which is absolutely ridiculous. When I first made this channel, we would live stream every single Houston Rockets game. And I do have a Rockets podcast and an NBA show, but I was going to start a football podcast. I was like, I don't really know. I don't really like the idea of a non-live football podcast. So I figured let's do what we used to do. Let's go live. Let's talk some football. And we got a loaded page of notes here. So as you can tell, I'm wearing my Green Bay Packers jersey here. Very unfortunate. I do want to say, send in comments, send in chats, because once again, this is very casual. This is very loose. And even though we have this full page of notes here, I want to hear from you guys. So I'll start it off, man. We'll start talking about my Green Bay Packers. I'm going to make a Packers video very soon. That was unbelievably painful. Here's the thing. Throwing this in. I was watching the Packers play, week one of the playoffs, last weekend against the Cowgirls, Dallas. I was thinking to myself, I was telling my dad, who's Bears fan, had no skin in the game, I guess, rooting for Detroit, but I felt so loose. I felt so comfortable, which is the first time I felt that way in the post Aaron Rodgers era. Because every single year Aaron Rodgers was in the playoffs, whether it was the first round or the second round, or we had a bye and we were playing the divisional, it was like, all right, what's going to go wrong? Is this it? Is this finally the year? All excited, all ecstatic. And then once the playoffs actually hits, oh, crap, man, we haven't won a Super Bowl in 10 plus years. Is Rodgers going to come through at home? He's going to come through on the road. And, last weekend against Dallas, it was just completely different. And on Saturday, it was completely different against San Francisco, even though my entire life, I was too late in the Brett Favre era. It was San Francisco's about to freaking own you. Colin Kaepernick, Jimmy Garoppolo, it does not matter. The San Francisco 49ers in my life dominated my team. And I like San Francisco, and I think, they got a cool aura. They got a cool energy. It's California. It's the 49ers. And I was prepared for defeat. I was prepared for it. We predicted a Packers victory on this channel, and we knew it was a long shot. I knew it was a long shot, and it happened. And, what sucks is most people who watch that game, myself included, can sit back here and be like, damn, dude, Green Bay was the better team for more than most of the game. And that's no knock on San Francisco. It's just, I'm so excited about our future. But dude, we were up in the fourth quarter against San Francisco. I just spilled my coffee everywhere. It was so annoying. The missed kick. I feel for my guy. Kicking's got to be a very difficult career, but it was painful. And I have not watched a highlight. I haven't watched people talk about it. I haven't read an article. I've stayed away from Twitter. And I don't know any Packers fans. And so it was not fun. I do think what that means is my fellas over in Detroit, I think they're going to win the football game. But, I get it, man. They gave up 800 combined points in the last two games. But still, man, I don't care how many points or how many yards I'm giving up. Sorry, not points. I don't care how many yards I'm giving up, man. If I'm winning the football game, I'm winning the football game. Yeah. So I also want to just sprinkle in really quickly. I guess we've reached the level somehow that there's scam people in the comment section pretending to be me with my username and profile pictures, providing some link and that type of stuff. I've got them hidden, but I'll monitor the situation. Also, Facebook account steals all of my videos and all my buddies' videos. I was going to make this account. What's up, Joshua? An OG Rockets listener here. I was going to make this podcast live show with my boy Swaggy, who I'm sure a lot of you guys watch. And hopefully that's still in the works, man. It's about to be February here. And as we know, football is pretty much year round. But, once that Super Bowl hits, there's pretty much nothing the whole month of February. And then at the end of the month, we got, we got like, kind of scout or combine type of stuff. I think the combine might actually happen in the end of February. We got a chatter. What's up, chatter? Blake. As a lifelong Lions fan, I've never liked the Packers. Once Rodgers left, I realized I just didn't like Rodgers. I hope to see an NFC North that's competitive. Yeah, I'm sure. Aaron Rodgers rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and I love it. And hello to my family member. Youngest team in the NFL playoffs since the 1970 Buffalo Bills. The Lions are definitely America's team. Let's talk a little bit of Lions because you guys are still in it. I'll make my Packers depressing video a little bit later on. We keep talking about it all season. The Lions are so good, and I just don't see them be like so good for 4 consecutive quarters a lot of the time. And I've just been saying to myself all season, like, damn, dude, if Detroit puts together like 4 complete quarters, they're going to score like 40 points and win against any team they do. And then, I mean, outside of the fourth quarter yesterday, Detroit didn't play a perfect game. They didn't play a great game. And Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, the defense, everybody just got the job done. Like the Detroit Lions just get the job done when they need to. And it's so cool, man, because we talked about this all season. The Detroit Lions, my Super Bowl prediction before the season began was the Kansas City Chiefs, Detroit Lions. Baltimore is going to be one hard-ass team to beat. So is San Francisco. But, I think it's going to be Detroit KC Detroit KC again. Anyways, Jared Goff really got the job done when he needed to. And, the whole offensive line, like we said, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brock Wright. These dudes just come ready to play every single week, and when their name's called, and when it gets down to time to get down to business, they get down to business and they make things happen. So, Tampa's a really hungry team, and Baker, I think I'm so glad that he proved what feels like so many people wrong this year. I don't know if people actually don't like Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield is a likable guy now, but the Lions are definitely America's team at this current point. I think a lot of people want Baltimore to win or at least get to the Super Bowl for Lamar. Very likable guy, especially their coach. I don't think too many people actually like San Francisco, though. I could be completely wrong outside of Niners fans. The story is, when you have like the best team, I feel like people kind of like to root against it. But Detroit's going to be good, and they're going to be good for a really long time. Take a look at this boxer here. 14 points in the fourth quarter, 21 in the second half. A weird game. It was 10-10 at halftime. I never particularly felt like Detroit was going to lose that football game, but Tampa hung around, man. They kept hanging in there, and Detroit, man, they're still a team that's just learning how to win, and they're learning how to get that job done. When C.J. Gardner-Johnson got the interception, I don't care who dropped the ball. I get it. It's not Baker Mayfield's fault, whatever. I'm a Baker fan. I like the Buccaneers. I have a Buccaneers YouTube channel. When he handed that ball to Baker Mayfield, I lost it. I thought that was a spectacle, and I absolutely loved it. I thought Detroit was going to rout him after that. After I saw that, I thought, man, this one might get ugly. It might be like 41-17. We might have a yesterday, Baltimore Texans type of game going on here. Packers, Texans, Super Bowl. Hopefully one day. Just got my Gibbs jersey today. That's awesome. Let me throw up in a tab. I got to buy a Sam Laporta. Oh, I have to, right? I do because of my word. I want to buy a Sam Laporta jersey, but you guys blessed the video. I think it was 1,000 likes and we covered it. So we got to buy the Sam Laporta jersey. This love jersey is my first NFL jersey since I didn't even know, man. Roy Williams. I'm just kidding, but feels like a long time. I've watched football since 2019, and the Niners already ruined my playoffs 3 times. Yeah. Yeah. I know, man. I feel you. I still vividly remember, what was it, 2 years ago? The Packers had another stellar season. Aaron Rodgers had another MVP season. I think it was his second straight MVP. And was it the first round or was it the second round? Did we have the bye? And we missed a fucking kick to win the game, if I'm not mistaken. Mason Crosby. But it was a game where, it was like 7-10 or something like that 2 years ago, whichever one it was. It was like, what the hell? When will this ever end? And I am awfully excited about the Green Bay Packers future. All right, what's up, Brandon? We're just talking some football here. Spew out anything, any opinions, any takes, anything like that you guys wanna discuss, because we're talking football, baby. I'm pulling for the Lions so hard this year. Hell yeah. Commanders have the brightest future in the NFL. Ooh. Oh yeah. I miss making Washington videos. I gotta get back on that now that it's officially the off season. I like Sam Howell. What are people's thoughts? Damn, dude, I really spilled this. What are people's thoughts on Sam Howell? I think he's a real deal. Ben Johnson looks like he's gonna be the head coach for the Washington Commanders. I still have to go out of my way to not call them the Washington Redskins. First time to the live green and yellow for life. We're going to be all right. Future's bright. Go Pack Go. Hell yeah. Texans versus Packers. My cousin's a big Packers fan, so he'll give a shit if we lose. The CJ Stroud Texans loss was unideal. That Baltimore Ravens team is just insane. That defense is unbelievable. They're doing this with Mark Andrews is about to come back. They got Gus Bus, the running back. They got Zay, the rookie. They got Odell, who's just, I don't know how he's still running. I mean, it's not like he's old. I just mean the injuries. But that defense, Roquan Smith, they're loaded defensively. And I got a couple of cousins from the Baltimore area, so I'm big time rooting for Baltimore in this upcoming game. I was rooting for Houston because of all my Houston affiliations. And I think CJ Stroud just put together probably the most impressive rookie quarterback season I've ever seen. Most of my life, I only watched the Packers play. So I don't vividly remember Andrew Luck's rookie season. So, take that take with a grain of salt. But at least in recent memory, CJ Stroud certainly had the best rookie quarterback season in quite some years. I will be watching Zero the UFL. I barely really even know what that is. Valentine is the future, but we need a nickelback. Nixon can stay at kick returns. When this dude ran that thing back, we were up 4 with 8 minutes left in the game on San Francisco's 25 when he dropped to that kick return. And who was it? I don't think it was McDuffie who fell on that ball, but somebody fell on that ball hey, dude, when the Packers blocked the field goal to end at halftime, is this really my life? I can't believe it. I'm smiling through it all. I do like the take that, everybody's comparing. This is what's cool about it is everybody's comparing Jordan Love's interception to Brett Favre's interception against the Saints. And what's just cool about that is I take that as a compliment. Or if I was Jordan Love, you take it as a compliment being compared to Brett Favre. I know he threw a lot of interceptions, but Brett Favre's a Hall of Famer. And I don't know, this was hitting me as a 3 a.m. thought last night. It was just, I don't know, it's cool he's getting compared to Brett Favre because we heard him get compared to Brett Favre all season, but in comparison to, Packers going from Favre to Rodgers to Love, it's just cool he's getting compared to Brett Favre when he was with Minnesota. But obviously the context is really shitty, really desperate. He said it was a mortal sin. I love Jordan Love's demeanor. He's never too high. He's never too low. Oh, man. They just made more plays than us. Obviously, the youthfulness of the youngest team in the NFL playoffs since the 1970 Buffalo Bills season explains it. But, man, one hell of a run. I remember watching the Raiders Monday Night Football loss. I remember watching the Giants Monday Night Football on the road loss. The week after that, to Tampa, almost losing to Carolina. And then, of course, I remember week 1 in Chicago, watching my Green Bay Packers go up 45-14, and every Bears fan in that stadium dipping out of the field. What the hell is these Nats, man? These Florida Nats. It's crazy for Houston because you don't usually see teams with defensive head coaches go and play well, especially on offense. CJ Stroud's the truth, man. I'm curious what Houston's going to do in the offseason with the wide receiver position. Even with a healthy Tank Dell, I think it's pretty apparent they could use somebody else. I hope they don't do like a Steelers Allen Robinson move, which I was very excited about at the time. But Mike Evans would be sweet. I don't really know why Mike Evans is going to be dipping on out of Tampa after almost making the NFC Championship game. Packers should have won that game. Favre said J Love will be better than him and AR-12, and you love to hear it. And I know Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers were watching that football game, wishing it was a different outcome. And I know a lot of Packers fans don't like when I say that out loud, but I know they were, man. That's just how she goes. Texans using some O-line help, some defense. What Houston did such a good job of was just acquiring these not random players in a rude way, but like, Dalton Schultz. Like, you're not viewing the Dalton Schultz and even like Noah Brown, like those type, Devin Singletary. I mean, these are starting caliber NFL players, but I remember making Texans videos in the offseason being like, damn, dude, Devin Singletary, lowest rushing total in his first 4 years at Buffalo, I believe, was like 812, 810, something, 806, something like that. It took way too long for them to give him the keys for official RB1 duties. Huge Dameon Pierce supporter, but I think that is I think that's been over for quite some time. But yeah, man, Houston, Green Bay, some tough losses, man. I'll keep it a buck. Tampa and Buffalo. Buffalo's a team. That game last night was interesting. I did enjoy like all the tweets about like the Swifties watching the game on Reddit. It was just I like Taylor Swift being in the NFL world. I don't know why I wouldn't. And I rocked to some Taylor Swift music videos back in the day, back in the glory days. And it's just cool seeing how a lot of her fans watching the Chiefs game live, reacting to it on Reddit that I saw on Twitter. It's just, I think it's good for the game. But Buffalo's a team I've just never really had an affiliation for, but I love Josh Allen, former golf balling supporter. And Josh Allen just makes plays, man. He's just that dude. And I'm curious to see what happens. I like Sean McDermott. And I saw Tyler Bass deactivated his Twitter. Tough day to be a kicker. But it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, you don't want to be in those positions for both teams. But I wish I had more opinions on Buffalo. I don't think I've actually even ever made a Buffalo Bills YouTube video, which I should do. I have a Bills jersey. It's crazy, man. Nobody will ever guess my Buffalo Bills jersey, by the way. Nobody will ever guess it. Ever. You could try. And I urge everybody watching this to try. But you're not going to get it. It's the first time I don't want a wide receiver in the first round. I think except for the kicker, our position, our roster is filled pretty good. Yeah, man, I think D-back might unfortunately get caught up, free some cap space. You're right, though. Like, it's crazy. All of these first and second year players just making an impact. Usually you get a couple of busts, or maybe not busts, but guys who aren't playing up to their potential. And I can't think of a single wide receiver on the Green Bay Packers that I would like to see in a different jersey or that I would like to see an upgrade with. And Tucker Kraft, especially. Tucker Kraft started so slept. I mean, the Packers offense was so sleepy to begin the season with, outside of like Saints fourth quarter or the Bears game. Um, I'm so glad once Luke Musgrave went down, he really stepped up. They put him in a lot of goal line positions, and he executed. And now we got, like we thought after the draft, we just hadn't really seen, like I said, much of the Packers offense in general, but we hadn't seen much Tucker Kraft. It's great. And the Packers are one of those teams, man. You just can't really look at the box score. Let's pull it up, or the stats, I should say, and just get a good gauge of like our receiving type of depth. I mean, Jaden Reed, stud, led the team in receiving yards. Romeo Dobbs, number 2. Dontavian Wicks, stud. Christian Watson, if he could stay healthy, would be amazing. I mean, like, listen to this, man. Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, Dontavian Wicks, Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave, Bo Melton, Malik Heath. I mean, even Samari Torre. Like, I love all of these dudes. I am curious, we got a couple of comments on the defensive back room. I think Darnell Savage really came ready to play when he came back. Like Jonathan Owens or Simone Biles, his husband, Carl Brooks. Dude's just stepped up, man. What am I going to do for 100K? That's crazy, man. That's long term. Just got to learn how to finish. Great learning experience. And we're all the same age. That's crazy. I'm the same age as I'm older than a lot of these Packers players. Kind of concerning, but not for the Packers. I'll tell you that. All right. Throw some chats down below. I really don't have much more to say. We're going to try some new things on this channel in the month of February, I guess, starting now in the month of February. If this does well, I mean, I had a good time doing this. I want to like make a more long form type of creation for this channel, but I don't really like, I don't know, a podcast. I don't know, man. I've more of a live stream kind of guy. That's how we kind of got this channel started back in the day. First 3 rounds in the draft, we need offensive line and safety. Always some O-line depth. I don't even think we can be upset about our O-line. Most pressured team in the league, and they're still number 3. Yeah, definitely need a little bit of time to evaluate. And the Packers draft capital is just loaded as well, man. I feel like the OKC Thunder. It's a good time to be a Pack Show fan. Let's see. I got anything else going here? We can start some off-season stuff going. I'm wearing a Bears hat while I'm wearing a Packers jersey, which is a long story. Thank you. Your username sucks. Appreciate it. I might start this on the other channel. I wanted to see how it would do. Some of you guys have found it, Jackson NFL. My name's Jackson. But I was gonna do a thing. Maybe we'll start it off. We'll kick it off here. I got a bowl of helmets. And by the way, the old helmets, like these new ones, I got these for Christmas. They're awesome. But my Bills jersey is not Jim Kelly. This Bills player played in the 2010 range, and he was a linebacker. Packers are obviously on top of the Christmas tree. Right there. And then I got the conference championship slate. So those 5 teams are kiboshed. But we got this helmet. I'm going to mute it because it's really loud and annoying even for me. All right. I have it. I have the team. Oh. Is there a team I don't want to talk about? Oh, I'm glad somebody asked. Philadelphia Eagles. Buffalo Bills. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna do that again. 1 second. Patriots. Who the hell? Patriots. Come on, man. Anybody have any comments on the Patriots? Bill Belichick is gone. Gerard Mayo. Hell yeah. The Patriots are one of those teams that I thought was going to finish above 500. I need to go back to I need to make an official take video before the season starts so I can go back at the end of the year and get annoyed at my takes. I really thought Mac and Cheese Jones was going to command. I thought Bill O'Brien and Mac and Cheese were going to absolutely light it up. I thought Tyquan Thornton was going to light it up. Demario Douglas is really nice. I do like that. You still got the defense. Man, I really haven't made a Pats video in months. The 13.9 points per game is so desperately shitty. Boy, I am curious what they're going to do with the quarterback position. I think Zappy's like an intriguing backup QB, but I was never really a huge fan of, and I understand how a lot of these Patriots games went with Mac and Cheese, but I kind of wanted them to go with Mac for the entire season. You got a really nice defense. I'm curious if they're going to start to dip on that. But yeah, man, Juju's season was just such an utter disappointment. Patrick Mahomes really is something. I thought Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki were going to be like the best tight end duo in the National Football League. Juju had 29 catches for 260 yards. He only played 11 games, but he averaged 23.6 yards per game. I remember I drafted that dude in fantasy football. It is not Kelvin Shepard. His initials are PP. Brian must be licking his fingers with all that draft picks we have. Do you see him trading up? Yeah, he could, man. We're gonna have a late first. The Packers do such a good job at evaluating draft talent, so I'm really curious. Let's take a look. You know what? Let's take a look at a mock draft, man. Let's do it. Nick Barnett, Spencer Johnson. No, it starts with a P, and his last name is also a P. What's up, Rocket News? My thumbnail guy, legend. All right, let's do mock drafts. Let's take a look. Michael Penix is, man, I'm like really hoping the Raiders can acquire Michael Penix via the NFL draft. All right. Not a huge fan of these. All right, we'll do these. Pull it up on the screen, producer. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, we got two here. We got Ryan Wilson, Chris Trapasso. All right, Caleb Williams. Are the Chicago Bears who's got the Bears taking a QB in the first round? Or the first pick, sorry. Give me a Justin Fields comment down below. There's nothing for that in Switzerland. Wow, you're watching this from Switzerland. That's awesome. All right. You know what? I don't really like the two, man. It's really throwing me off my rhythm. Go to the Draft Network. All right. Brantley Weissman says the Chicago Bears will acquire Caleb Williams. Drake May to the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels is the guy to me. Hey, we got our man Swaggy in the chat. Swaggy, if you want me to text you this link, let me know. Bro missed kick and love forcing it is so tough, man. Our man Swaggy is a Colts fan, and what the Colts did is unbelievable. It is. Bang, Joshua's got it. Paul Luzinski. And I didn't want to say it out loud because I can't really say it. Whatever the Bears do, they will always suck. All right. Real quick comment on the Patriots. Oof. Quarterback changes everything with the New England Patriots, no matter if Gerard Mayo is the dude or not, no matter if it was Bill Belichick or not. It's just like CJ Stroud in Houston to me. I mean, you go out there, and if the Patriots have Jaden Daniels next season, I'm watching every damn Patriots freaking game next year. That dude is a freaking stud. And I've been big on this guy all year for LSU. And my buddy Nick, who's a huge Florida Gator fan, was so skeptical. Not skeptical. I don't want to put words into his mouth about Jaden Daniels, but like I've been telling this dude all year, Jaden Daniels is that guy. He is that guy. All right, anyways, Marvin Harrison Jr. at 4. Chargers getting a wide receiver. That would be the Chargers have the 5th pick. Malik Neighbors to the Giants. Brock Bowers to the Bears. Joe Alt, Notre Dame legend. Michael Penix, Raiders at 13. Sign me up. All right, let's go down to it. J.J. McCarthy in the 1st round. Oy. Oh, man. When are we going to learn? When are we going to learn? Will we ever learn? J.J. McCarthy to the Rams. Rams ass pick. All right. I mean that in a compliment way, not offensive tackle for the Green Bay Pack show. Jordan Love's emergence has been one of the best things to happen this NFL season, and this team must surround him with enough resources to succeed long term. I believe that starts with investing up front. You know, whenever your team drafts an offensive lineman in the 1st round, especially if it's like top 10, why is the New York Giants goddamn offensive lineman? Somebody help me out here. Why can't I think of this dude's name that they drafted in like pick number 6 or 7, like 2 years ago, maybe? Anyways, the point is, like, Darnell Wright to the Bears this year, like a 1st round offensive lineman at the time sucks so much as a fan because you're like, oh man, like I want to go watch like a fresh mixtape of this dude just feasting against, you know, college competition and the offensive lineman. The Packers are probably going to draft an offensive lineman. I'll be very thrilled because exactly why they pointed out we got to protect this dude. But it's just from a fan's perspective, it's always what's the word where it's like, oh God, we're gonna move on. Underwhelming. Bang. It's underwhelming move. We'll start doing some draft content on this channel probably a little bit too early because last February was just slow, man. I think I made like 3 NFL videos, like 2 Bengals videos, and a Lions. I was still posting like daily NBA content at that point in time. So I want to get into some draft content. Maybe we'll kick that off soon. I've been doing some draft stuff for my Raiders and Bears channels. But yeah. All right. Imagine if the Packers still had Devontae Adams, they'd win it all. I got to make a play in the biggest moments. Yeah. I mean, the Devontae trade at the time, dude, was so shitty and sad. And then it comes out that we like offered him more money and he wants to play with Derek Carr. Like, if you want to play with Derek Carr, man, sign your own grave, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm not trying to slander Derek Carr here, but come on, dude. Anyway, I think we're about to wrap it up here. In school, I'm in a group of 3 football fans, including me, and my friends are both Vikings fans. You're not from? Are you from Switzerland? Yeah, you are. Aaron from Switzerland. Vikings fans, very cool. Love to see some European NFL football love. We should pay love now. I mean, yeah, they're gonna pay. I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna pay Jordan Love a ton of money, probably reset the quarterback market, and as the cap continues to raise, and once Patrick Mahomes gets $1 billion, the first $1 billion in NFL is going to be insane. And 3 years from now, they'll extend him this offseason, and it'll seem like a huge, absurd Daniel Jones type of contract. And then 5 years from now, after the 2 Super Bowl rings and the 4 conference championship appearances, it'll all be worth it. But no, anyways, it'll seem like an absurd amount of money, and then one day it won't. So yeah, that's all I got, man. You know, we got through our whole notes. We got through all of it. I'm gonna make a Packers video. I'm gonna make a Lions video. I'm gonna make a Raiders video. I'll make a Bears video, and then I'm gonna make a Buccaneers video. And yeah, man, some fun stuff coming this offseason. Hopefully, I think we're gonna try and change some stuff up a little bit more. I don't know. I'm not a huge editor, so we'll see. And this did really well. So if it continues to do well post-production, post-live, I think I might throw this up on a Spotify and a streaming platform. We have, if anybody's a Rockets fan in here, go subscribe to my podcast, Let's Talk Rockets, where it's pretty much this exact same thing, but more niched down. I just like the liveness of it. I'm a casual NFL fan. I'm not gonna, sit here and come here with. I'll leave the stats and all that stuff for my videos. I just want to talk football, like all of you guys in here. Mike Evans to the Texans, guys. We'll wrap it up here. Give me some predictions. Call the next 3 games. What do we got? I'll go here. I'll go first. I'll start it off. I really hope the Ravens win. Taylor Swift, is the NFL rigged? Man, I don't know. If it is, fuck. Tough time to be a Ravens fan if the NFL is rigged. There's no way, rigged or not. I'm just kidding. But even if it was rigged or if it wasn't rigged, it doesn't matter. The Kansas City Chiefs are making the Super Bowl, man. Come on. I want the Ravens to win, but at the same time, I'm going to appreciate this greatness. What is this? Their 6th straight AFC championship. I feel for all my non-Chiefs fans in the AFC, man. It's got to be tough. It's got to be brutal. It's got to be miserable and just painful. But from a Packers fan, I'll enjoy it. Even if I don't want to, even if I want Lamar to win, I think I'm going to go with the Chiefs. And I am going to hammer in the Detroit Lions. And dude, I don't even want to say this live, man. If you're a Lions fan, close your ears. The Chiefs I'll say it like this. If the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, they're winning the Super Bowl. Stupid. Ideally, what do I want? I want the Ravens Lions. And I want a Lions Super Bowl win. Either way. And if they don't, if the Lions aren't going to win the Super Bowl, then I hope it's Baltimore. All right. Ravens get Lions 31-24 Ravens, 23-20 49ers. Man, that just really feels as well that we're about to get a 49ers Ravens. I love making Niners videos and I like watching the Niners. But I'm so sick of this shit, man. I'm so sick of it. Like, but they're cool, man. I like Bosa. I like Kittle. I like Debo. I like Brock. Come on, man. I love CMC. I like Shanahan. I love California. I love their jerseys. I love their colors. Why do you have to have such aesthetically pleasing colors? A nice grass field as well. I'm sick of watching dome football unless it's the Detroit Lions. Like, who's my least favorite team? I miss grass turf. We'll end it on this. I miss grass turf, man. I used to go play football by myself and slide in the touchdown and get my white AJ Hawk jersey all dirty and grassy and mud stained. What happened to the game I love? Oh, I'm just kidding, but I like grass fields. All right. That's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts on anything. And Steel Proven meant 23-20 Lions. Let's go. We're so back. We were never gone, but we're so back. Goat Life, GN. Talk soon.